Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky legislation is now entering the veto period as lawmakers scrambled to pass bills over the weekend. And tourism in Corbin is looking up as we head into spring.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are just past 5:30 on Monday, April 1st. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast this morning.
Olivia, it feels more like summer, or a summer morning at least outside right now, with warm temperatures. And this afternoon, a few thunderstorms around may continue that summer feel as highs close in on 80 degrees. In Whitesburg this hour, we're starting off with a 63 temp and a mostly cloudy sky, and we already have several 70s on the map. Louisville, Somerset, Manchester, and Harlan. Most areas are in the mid to upper 60s, only a couple of 50s there in Ashland and also around Wise. Our satellite radar shows the cloud cover moving in. Some showers and storms to our north. We'll watch for development to our west for later on this afternoon. There could be some pockets of heavy rain tonight into Tuesday night, with flood watches out from areas of Jackson on northward and the potential for some strong thunderstorms as well. Slight risk of severe weather, marginal risk further south, including Hazard and Middlesboro, isolated tornadoes, large hail, and damaging wind gusts of concern. An enhanced and slight risk into the area for tomorrow. I'll detail all of that coming up. A dry weather drive this morning. Your travel forecast. We'll look for a few storms for later this afternoon. Again, today's highs into the upper 70s, Olivia.
Mace, thank you. A man was found dead in the water at Yahoo Falls in the Kentucky area of the Big South Fork. The body was identified as 23-year-old Isaac Lee Turpin of Somerset. His body was found Friday by park visitors. He was pronounced dead at the scene. An investigation into his death is ongoing. A 63-year-old man was killed in a warehouse collapse in Montgomery County Friday evening. The Montgomery County coroner has identified the victim as Alex Sloan of Bath County. Emergency management officials say it happened at an old tobacco warehouse of Levy Road that was converted into a storage facility. The fire marshal says a crew was working under the floors of the warehouse in a crawl space-like area. It's believed that heavy materials caused the flooring to collapse on top of them. In Frankfort, several high-profile bills were not passed by lawmakers before the end of the veto period. Senate Bill 6, called the DEI bill, and it would deal with preventing students or staff from having to endorse divisive concepts on campus. And Senate Bill 147 would ensure that adult-oriented businesses, including drag performances, are away from places where children congregate. Lawmakers also advanced a new road fund that includes $5.2 billion in spending over 3 fiscal years. Included is a key widening of US 27 in Lincoln and Garrett counties, which is part of a project that's been discussed for decades.
Look at school traffic, all our school traffic, the traffic from Lincoln County, Somerset, everything travels 27 going north. So that will open that up and relieve a lot of pressure.
The General Assembly will reconvene in 2 weeks on April 12th and must adjourn on Monday the 15th. You may be wondering what the veto period is. Once the General Assembly passes a bill, it goes to the governor's desk. Then he has 10 days to make a decision on it. That's the veto period. He can sign it into law, let it become law without his signature, or veto it. If the governor vetoes it, lawmakers could override it with a majority vote. When lawmakers come back April 12th, they won't have enough time to pass a bill and override a veto. That's why they scrambled to pass bills before the veto period started. A Corbin family wants your help expanding their efforts to help children and families in central Kentucky. Tracy Watson started the Just for Kids free group on Facebook. What started as a trade for what people didn't want turned into thousands of donations for children in need. They were able to help hundreds of kids for Christmas, provide cakes and presents for birthdays, and make sure kids had an Easter basket full of candy. Now they want to provide help on the go.
Posted everything unwanted I had in my house, which was my ideal to start the group, hoping every parent in Corbin would shop it and post back what they felt was fair. Then I would shop it to get my kids' stuff.
They eventually want a home base and even advisors who can help them help more people. Spring is the start of a busy season for the city of Corbin, kicking off with the Depot Street Market and trash pickup events. Corbin Tourism and Convention Commission Executive Director Maggie Mulholland says there's plenty to do throughout the city. She adds construction off of I-75 at exit 25 has led more people into the downtown area.
Spring is here, and so, we kick off the event season on April 6th with our Keep Corbin Clean litter pickup event, as well as our monthly Depot Street Market. And then we are cruising hard and fast into Colonel Fest.
Mulholland says the busy season brings more time for outdoor activity, including the return of the life-size chess game next to Sanders Park. Easter weekend brought folks of all ages to Red River Valley Elementary School for an Easter egg hunt organized by the Hazel Green Volunteer Fire Department, Hazel Green Food Project, and the school's parent-teacher organization. They gave out several prizes. Hazel Green Food Project President Nikki Stacy says it is always good to help give back to the community.
We combined all counties together. Every kid is welcome, and we do a huge giveaway. And we do this giant egg hunt for every kid. Doesn't matter where they are from or their age. If they have a disability or anything, we make, accommodations to suit them.
Stacy says this year, instead of asking for bicycles and other presents, they ask folks to donate to a little boy named Cade who needs surgery. With warmer weather and higher pollen count, it is more common to see honeybees in the area. One hobby that seems to be getting more buzz in eastern Kentucky is beekeeping. That's why the Perry County Extension of Agriculture and Natural Resources hosted a mini beekeeping school for beginners. WYMT's Jack Demler has more.
Larry Young grew up in the mountains with a father who was a beekeeper.
Probably I was 6 to 7 years old when I'd go around with him, and he would harvest honey in the fall of the year.
A hobby he has carried with him.
Just so intriguing. Those little insects are so minute and what they accomplish.
And is sharing with many people who are showing an interest in beekeeping.
And we want to share it with them because we don't want to see them struggle maybe through something that we endured.
The Perry County Extension of Agriculture and Natural Resources hosted courses about beekeeping annually since 2008. After the COVID-19 pandemic forced them to host online classes, they brought the class back in person, and interest remained the same.
Amazing to me, the interest is, that's in this, which is great. We need people, we need beekeepers. It skipped generations. My grandfather kept bees, but my dad didn't. And now I'm keeping bees, and it seems like my kids don't have any interest in it, but we're really trying. That's one reason we're doing this one today, the beginner class, is try to get youth and people that may have an interest but don't know how to start to get started in.
Interest that May says might have come from recent history of what is described as colony collapse disorder, or the sudden die-off of honeybee colonies.
I think people really got worried that, hey, we really need to protect these bees and do something.
In a study published by the USDA National Agriculture Statistics Service, between April and June of 2023, honeybee colonies in the United States declined by 9%. It's classes like these that help create additions to bee populations.
We want them to thrive because they're so beneficial to mankind. There's not enough bees in this country.
Helping to educate future beekeepers. In Hazard, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
May says they plan to host another beekeeping class once again next year. When we return, Airbnb is changing its cancellation policy in a move that benefits travelers.
For the area today, a few showers and thunderstorms, but it feels like a summer day more than spring. Temperatures in the 60s this morning, upper 70s for later this afternoon. I have the full forecast next.